Hello everyone, how are you all?
Fine, sir. Good.
Now tell me first, I think all of you had confusions from means yesterday. Tell me first all of your doubts. Let's take one by one and then we'll proceed with the next topics. What doubts you are having regarding classes and objects? First tell me this. Is it all clear?
That is clear.
All of you? Only 30 students till now, man. How can we proceed ahead if at 9:20 also we are seeing 30 students? This is not done, na? Yeah, tell me, whosoever is present here, first tell any doubts in classes and objects, this topic, in these two topics. First tell me, what is a class, what is an object, and how do we declare a class and an object? Till here, till this point. What is the doubt? Tell me. I will take. Only 2-3 people are telling me. Rest, what shall I assume? Yeah, constructor part, I said, I will take today again. First tell me, how many of you are facing doubt? How many of you are facing doubt in what is class, what is object, how will we declare a class, how will we declare an object? Here, till this point, tell me. These 4 topics. Please have some response. Else, how can I means know that who is facing the doubt? Because tomorrow, I guess, is Gandhi Jayanti. All of you will be having holiday. So tomorrow there would be no sessions. You people will be having. Yes, tell me, Shanmukh, what's the problem?
Hi, sir.
Yes, tell me.
I was not get the classes how it works. Can you briefly explain?
Okay, can you tell me first one thing? What is a class? Are you comfortable with it?
No. I was not get from the first class. I was not there. That's why I was getting confused for this.
Okay, first class you are not there.
For the classes, first class I was not there.
Okay, yesterday, when did you join actually? I think you have missed some part. See here. Okay, yeah. Let me share my screen and let us start yet again. Please come early to the class at 9:15. If you miss, I won't be responsible from the next time.
सर
Yes.
कल का लेक्चर अपलोड कर दिया क्या आपने?
मैं अपलोडिंग मेरा काम नहीं है, अपलोड मैनेजमेंट करती है, ठीक है, मेघा का काम है ये।
तो कल के लेक्चर का टॉपिक कैसे पता चलेगा, क्योंकि मैंने कल का लेक्चर अटेंड नहीं किया।
कल जस्ट एक रिवीजन टाइप से हुआ था। OOPS2 कल का टॉपिक
OOPS2 ना? ओके ओके, गॉट इट, मिल गया।
अपलोडेड है ब्रो कल का लेक्चर।
Okay, fine, let's come to this point. Yeah, first tell me, okay, yesterday what we were taking that, yeah, in real life softwares, what happens? The code is what? How many lines of code do we have? approx 10 to the power 6 lines of code. It may go. Okay. This is the amount of code entire software may take for its functioning. Okay. Now don't expect that all these lines are written in a single file. This is not the case. There are multiple files of code. Okay. So now fact is multiple files of codes are there in Python. Now what happens is that I may sometime utilize this file. I may sometime utilize this file. I may sometime utilize this file. Okay. There will be a main file. This is what the main point of execution of the software. Here, every functioning starts this main file. Now, yeah, I can import this file, anything I want inside the main file and can utilize that. Okay. So in Python, how can we do that? By making classes. Okay. What I can do, I can make inside this file I can make a class, and inside that class I can write some code. Now whenever I will be requiring this particular lines of codes for some functioning, I can inside my main file I can import these lines of code or this particular class and can execute that. Okay. Now fact is till here, is it clear? Tell me first, Shanmukh.
What is the class? Can I know that?
Okay, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
So now what is a class? Okay, fine. Anybody has understood it well? Can you explain here to Shanmukh? What is a class? Class is what? Simply a collection of data and methods. What it is? Tell me now. What it is? Collection of data and methods. Okay, you can inside this particular class have some data variables and some methods that will operate on the data.
Okay.
Class keyword. Okay, then the class name you want to give, let's say ABC. Inside that you can have some data, let's say a equal to 1, and some method def method that will do, let's say, any work you want. Okay, yeah, just let me write it somewhere else. How will we declare class? Class keyword, then class name ABC colon. Next, inside that you can have some data, a equal to 1, b equal to 2. Correct. Inside that you can have some methods. Def method met, let's say met is the name of the method, and inside that what I am doing, I can increase the value of a by 1. This method does what? Increases the value of my data a by 1. Similarly, I can have some more methods. Method 2, let's say this will do what? Multiply b with 2. Such kind of configuration inside a class you can have. What is a class? Collection of data and methods. What these methods do? They operate on the given data that you have inside the class to do some meaningful results. Okay, to give some meaningful results. Now this particular class can be utilized as a data type. Likewise, we have int, right? Int float. This particular class can also serve as a data type. Then if this is a data type, variable of this data type should be possible. What I write? A equal to 1. What is the type of a? It becomes int automatically, right? Now fact is, I want to declare an object of class ABC. I said this can serve as a data type. So now if I want a variable of type ABC, how shall I declare that variable? How can I? Let's say I want a variable here V. How can I declare that? Class V equal to, this is the variable name, equals class name and double brackets. Okay. Now what happens? A variable of type ABC is being formed with data. What is the data I did? Whatever data variables you have inside the class A and B will be copied inside your variable once you declare a variable B of type ABC. Now, once these variables are called what? Objects of the class. Till this point, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you? Till this point, is it clear? Anything else you require here to understand? Okay, now see another thing. See another thing. What I've told yesterday. What I've told yesterday. These data variables that are inside a class, data variables, they are called what? Can anybody tell me the answer? These data variables that are present inside the class A and B, these are called what? Please give me someone the answer.
Attributes.
These are called the class attributes. Okay. The data variables only. The data variables which are present inside the class A and B that I have defined is called class attributes. Class attributes, not attributes class, but class attributes of opposite. And these, what are these called? What are these called? The methods that I have defined, the methods that I have defined inside the class, what are these called? Class methods, right? One thing do remember, this method only can operate on this data. Any method that you declare outside the class cannot operate on this data. Inside whatever present inside this class cannot be operated by any method that is declared outside the class. Till here, is it clear? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
What is class attributes? What is class? What are class methods? All of
Class
you.
attribute.
All of you.
सर डेटा मेंबर और मेंबर फंक्शन किसको बोलेंगे फिर?
ये तो जो क्लास में जो डेटा है उसको डेटा मेंबर्स बोलेंगे, मेंबर फंक्शन जो मेथड्स डिक्लेयर किए उन्हें मेंबर फंक्शंस बोलेंगे.
एट्रीब्यूट एंड क्लास मेथड यानी सेम हो गया.
या सेम हो गया. जस्ट उसका तुम टर्मिनोलॉजी दूसरा यूज करते हो और कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है. Is this clear till here? Please tell me. Any doubt you are having? Any doubt you are having? Any one of
No,
you?
sir.
Few are responding, rest are silent. What shall I assume? Please tell. Let me open my VS Code. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, yes, let's leave this and let's, I think, enough of this class. By this, and I would try to give you the entire code that we have written. Yeah. Now see. Let's define another class. Okay. Somebody, all of you have some idea what class you want to define today. What class you want to define today?
Sir, take some car brands.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say.
सर
Yeah.
सर एक बार सर वो जो पहले से एक बार बता देना सर, इसके बाद मतलब नेक्स्ट टॉपिक मतलब सर वो क्लास कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं.
हाँ ठीक है, चलो यहाँ पे सही से देखो क्लास कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं. वही कर रहे हैं अभी. या टेल मी.
For the last 2 days, we got CCS students list. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, can you discuss one of the example? I mean, use that class
Okay. What class have you got?
because first day actually day two code challenges us show the student name, student roll number. After that, we have to show the marks he got, some an object, those things. Okay.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है.
So yesterday we have to use for loop inside the class. Actually, that we didn't learn, right? I mean,
Okay. Okay. That's your task, right? Given for till tomorrow, you have time.
it is
Try
hard.
that.
Yeah.
First,
Okay.
try that. Then I will be telling what how to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So first, you are given. Okay. Tell me. Keep yourself on mute and yeah, tell me what is the class you want to declare. Yeah, class student, right? Let's say we want to define a class student. Okay, class student defined. Now tell me what data you want to keep inside it. What I said, class has what? Class is a collection of data and methods. Okay. What data you want to keep inside this class student? Tell me first. Okay, ID. Let's say given an ID. ID is given. Let's what you want to define here. Let's say initially ID is 1, correct? Let's say name. Which student's name you want to give? Okay, yeah. Let's say ID. Let's name it student ID. Student ID. Okay. Name. Let's say yeah. Deepak. Okay. Deepak is the name of the student. Age. Let's give it 23. Done. Next, roll number. What is the roll number? Let's say 5. 5 is the roll number. Okay. These are what? Data of a student. Inside class student, I have declared some data variables with what? Student ID as 1, name as Deepak, age as 23, and roll number is 5. Correct? Declared the data inside a class successfully. Now, I want a method inside it that will do what? That will show all the details of the student. Okay. So how will we define a method? Def show. Let the method be show. Okay, now show details. Okay. Okay, let's keep it show only. Let's keep the name of method show only. Now, what are the parameters that should be taken inside a method of the class? First parameter will be always self, right? Inside class, whenever you want to declare a method, the first parameter will always be self. Okay, now this method will be doing what? Showing will print all the data inside the student class, let's say. Okay. So how will we print? What I said, how will I access this student ID? How will I access the student ID? Let's say I want to print inside the show student ID. How will I? Print self dot student ID. Okay. This will print the student ID. See here. Inside a class, whenever from a method you want to access a data, okay, you have to use self dot student ID. That's all. All of you are comfortable with this? Clear? How will we access data inside a class? What will be right? Self dot the respective data variable you want to print. Okay, let's say in this show method, I want to print another attribute, self dot, let's say age, student ID, or let's not keep the age, but student ID dot name. Okay, done. This method will do what? Inside class student, method show will do what? Print student ID and print the name of the student. Now, after this class, what I have to do? Declare an object. Declare an object, correct? Correct or not? How will I declare an object? What I said, this entire class can be treated as what? A data type. So how can I declare a variable of this data type? Let me write it here first. Entire of the class can be treated as a data type. How will we declare variable of it? Variable of data type student. How will we declare? Let's say student1 is the variable name. How will I declare? Class name and double brackets. Done. Now how will I print? How I want to do what? Print student ID and name. I can call this function for it, right? Function present inside student class. I want to access that. How will I do? Using the object, how will I do? Stud1 dot show. Done. Let's try printing this. What is coming?
Give print.
Print is not required. See, if I am calling this, print is inbuilt inside the show. Okay, this will automatically print. So I don't require any print function separately. See, one Deepak getting printed. One Deepak getting printed. How did it happen?
Sir, can you
Yeah.
explain this?
How did it happen? I have
Student
called
one,
student1 is variable. Okay, variable of type student. Correct or not? First tell me. Student1 dot show. What it did? It called the function inside the class. Okay. Inside that, when this function went to execute, what happened? It first statement print self.student ID will be printed. What is it? Self.student ID. This number will be printed. Next, this line will be executed. What will happen? Print self.name. Self.name means inside the class, this name, whatever is it, print that. That's how we have successfully printed. Okay, I've just called using the student object this particular method. And what happened? Inside the method, what it is doing? Printing student ID and the name inside the class. These two variable values, whatever is it inside class student, this method is printing that. Okay, till here is it clear? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Sir, can you one more example with input?
Which input you want? Tell me.
सर कोई सा भी जैसे कि स्टूडेंट का नाम वगैरह हम इनपुट से ले रहे हो.
फाइन, ठीक है, देखते हैं. वेट कर जाओ, अभी आऊंगा पॉइंट पे. ओके, इज दिस एग्जाम्पल क्लियर? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? प्लीज टेल मी.
Yes, sir, clear.
All of you?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now fine. Tell me one thing.
Hello.
Yes.
How the function coming works?
See here, student dot show. What is happening? This is calling this function inside the class. Now self dot student ID, whatever is the data present inside the class with variable name student ID, print that. Now next, self dot name, whatever variable with name inside the student class is there, print that. That's all. What I'm doing, student1 dot show, using this object, I'm calling the function inside the class. That's all, nothing else. Okay, fine. Now see here. Okay, all of you are clear with this? All of you are clear? Now tell me
Yes,
one
sir.
thing. Tell me one thing. We were discussing something yesterday, right? That what happens actually when I declare object student1. When I declare object student1, this entire data will be copied here, right? Will be copied here. Let's say this entire data will be copied here. Age equal to 23. Correct? This entire thing got copied or not? First tell me. After that, when I am calling student dot show, this show is doing what? Whatever content is there inside my student1, print that. Don't touch this data inside the class. This is how it actually works. What happens? Tell me. This entire data gets copied where? Inside the student. Now, once I call the show of method, what it does, whatever is data present inside the student1 object, print that. Don't touch this class variables. Don't touch them. Don't do anything with them. Whatever have you copied inside yourself, print those things. Is this point clear? Till yesterday we have discussed, I think. Please tell me first. Is this point clear?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, do you write one more program, sir?
Yeah.
I want to know, sir. I want to know one more example.
Sorry, couldn't get you.
Sir, give me another example, sir. Like this class student.
Okay, do one thing. Try yourself. If you are getting any mistake, I will see at the end of the class. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. This is what we have said yesterday, right? Now, fact is, see, whenever I did what? Whenever I have declared, let's say this is student1. Whenever this is student1, I have declared student ID is always 1, name is always Deepak. Age is always 23, roll number is always 5. I want another student2 object. Okay. I want another student2 object, and inside that I want student ID to be 2, name to be, let's say, Abhishek. Okay. Age to be 25 and roll number to be 7. So again, let's say I declared this student2 object. Can I get this data? Let's say I declare some student2 object. What data will be by default present inside it? Can you tell me? Student2 I declare as an object by default. Inside it, what data will be present? What I said, whenever I declare an object, whatever data is present inside the class gets copied inside the object. So suppose this student2 is there. I declare an object in student2. What data will be present inside it?
Student 1 data will present in student 2.
Yes, you are correct. Have some response on it. When I declare a class, an object, what happens? Whatever data is present inside the class, that will get copied inside the object. So if I declare another object student2, what will be copied inside it? Tell me.
Sir, 1, then Deepak 23.5. Previous data I will copy
Student
here.
ID will be 1 only, name will be
Yes.
Deepak only, age will be 23 and roll number will be 5. So whatever object student, let's suppose more object I create student 3, student 4, student 5. I have made these objects also. All will be having the same data or not? 1 Deepak 23 5. All will be having the same object. Sorry, same data. All objects will be having same data. So are you finding it anyhow useful? That yeah, whenever I am declaring any object that is having same data inside it, what's the point of doing like this? I may want to have some student 2 with data to Abhishek 25/7, something like this also, right? Okay, every object I want it to be of type student only. Any object I create, I want it to have type student. All will be having student ID, name, age, and roll number. All objects will be having that. But the ID should be different, name should be different, age should be different, roll number should be different, right or not? Here, all of here in our batch, we have 50 students. Can all of us have same? Can all of the students have same student ID, name, age, roll number? Is it possible?
No, sir.
So what I am saying, whenever I'm declaring data here inside the class, I get same data inside the object. So is there any point of keeping data inside the class? What's the point? Can you tell me? If I keep same data inside the class, once I create an object, I get for all the objects I create, I get same data only in each and every of the objects. Then what's my point? I want different data. 50 students are there inside my class. Each and every one of us will have student ID, name, age, roll number. But once I declare student ID as 1, name as Deepak, age as 23, roll number as 5. What's happening? By default, a value is coming at every object as that the whatever object has been created or whatever student has been created, that has roll number 1, name as Deepak, age as 23, and roll number 5. So how can I avoid this problem? What should I do? What should I do? So for this, we use a method called constructor. What we do? We use a method called constructor. Let's see what a constructor does. First, tell me one thing. What is a constructor? It is a method of class. Okay, now whenever an object is made, or an object is created, constructor is called automatically. These are the 2 points you have to remember. What constructor is? What method of a class? First point, whatever class you have, inside that by default there is a method, and that is called constructor. Whenever an object is created, constructor is called automatically. Whenever I make, suppose that the student 1 has been, I have declared or made the student 1 of type class student, and automatically a constructor inside the class will be called. How it happens, we will see now. Okay. So first thing, how do we declare a constructor? How do we declare a constructor? First, def. Why? Why def? Because constructor is a method. Now what is? There is a specific name of constructor. Specific name of constructor by which Python identifies that, okay, this particular function is constructor of class student. And what is the name of it? Underscore underscore init. And after that again underscore underscore, double underscore. After that, it is a method of what class? Self will be the first parameter, and then whatever parameter you want to keep, you can. Tell me, is this point clear? How, what is a constructor? What is a constructor and how will we define it? First, tell me this. All of you have some response. What is a constructor and how will we define it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Clear.
So after init, we will put the like a self, then we will define it. What do we want in that?
I said self will be the first parameter, then any parameter I want, I can keep.
Okay. So like this, we will get it.
Yeah, let's see how it works. How it works. Yeah, we'll see. So what I said, once I declare variables like this, by default, a value will be present inside my object. I don't want that. I said, okay, 10 objects of class student will be there. Each one will be having a student ID, name, age, and roll number. Correct? But yeah, that should not have any default value. Whatever value I want to, by some means, I will be putting that inside these variables. Now see how we can utilize constructors for the same purpose. Okay, let's not declare variables like this. Def. How can we declare a constructor? Def. Init. Okay. This is the name of constructor by default. Whenever we declare a method with name to double underscore init double underscore, Python recognizes that, okay, this is constructor of class, constructor of the class that is in which this particular method is defined. If you give this name init, Python will know that, okay, this method is a constructor. Okay. Now see. First parameter, since this constructor is a method, right, of what class? First parameter will be self always. Now, what are the things you want to initialize? Student ID, name, and then student ID, name, age, and what else? Roll number, right?
Roll number.
Okay, these four things I want to have. These are the four values I want to have inside an object. Okay. So now these are the parameters I have defined inside my constructor init. Now what will I do here? Inside the constructor, what will I do now? Whatever variable were there here, see. What was the variables? What were the variables that I have taken here? Student ID, name, age, role. Okay. These four variables were there already with some initialization. Okay. By default, some values were there. Now what will I do? These variables are no more there. I have deleted them all. Now what will I do? What will I do? I again define all those variables and will assign them the values that have been given to me. Let's see. Self dot student ID. Let's say student ID is my name of the parameter I want inside the class, is equal to student ID that has been provided. Okay, let's write self dot name equals to name. Okay. Now next, self dot age will be equal to age. Okay. Now next, self dot role equals to, okay, let's not keep it like this, equals to role. Okay, done. This is done from my end. Declared all the parameters, student ID, name, age, and role. These are what after the self dot, whatever I've written, these are the parameters inside the class that I have declared earlier. And what are these? These are the values that I will be supplying inside the constructor to assign to these particular parameters. Okay, I will dry run that how this assignment takes place. Now, whenever I will be calling this show function, this will show what? First the student ID and next the name. Okay, now let's define. Firstly, what I have told, whenever I make an object of the class, this constructor gets called automatically. Automatic calling will be there. So if you want to make the object like this, if you want to make an object like this, you cannot. Let's try that and we will see why. Okay, I think it's not saved. Okay, see, am I able to do it? Am I able to declare an object now?
No, sir.
Why is it? What I said, tell me.
Because you
Whenever,
have to give the value of that parameters.
okay, wait. Whenever I will create an object of class student, what will happen? This constructor will be called automatically. What? Automatically. Now this particular constructor takes 4 arguments, right? Student ID, name, age, and role. These 4 values I have to provide. Now how I will provide that? See here. What you want to keep? Student ID 1. Let's say what name you want to give. Let's say Abhishek. Let's say the name is the age is 15. Okay. Let's not keep it 15, but 21, and the role is 1. Okay, or role is 5. Now let's see whether we are able to do this or not. Okay, yeah. No. Again got stuck. Yeah, let me see. It's getting stuck for a while. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, let it come again. My voice is coming good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. CD desktop. Yeah. Let me go now. This VS Code is causing some delay. I don't know why it has got stuck today.
Sir, we can give that define function inside the upper one only in the cell.
Where?
After this line like 93, we can give print these like 96 and 97 lines directly. Then we should not be write the 95 line.
But yeah, how will it work? By
It's working,
default,
sir. I have done that.
it will work because that will be inside a constructor.
Yeah, so that line will not increase even the confusion.
Yeah, no problem. You can do that. Okay. If you are defining that inside a constructor, no problem. But outside any method, then it will be having no meaning, I guess.
Then we can skip the line def show self.
Yes, you can. No problem. Okay, let's say now I've declared it and I want to run this. Okay, yeah, man. Why this is getting stuck? Okay, py test.py. Okay, one Abhishek successfully getting printed or not? First tell me. Now I want to create, let's say, another object. Student 2. That will be equal to what? What student data you want to give? What student data you want to give? Let's say the student ID is 2, name is Nitish. Age is 23 and roll number is 7, right? Now let's see if I call student2.show, what happens? Okay, able to get both the data, 1 Abhishek, 2 Nitish. So I have successfully created 2 student objects with different data or not? Tell me. I have not defined any
Yes, sir.
any initial attributes I haven't defined. I have used a constructor, written some lines of code inside that. Okay, and then using the show method, I'm able to finally print data of 2 different students that I have provided. Successfully done that, right? Using the constructor. Now, how is it happening? Let's see. Okay, now tell me first one thing. What I said, whatever data will be present inside my class, once I create an object student1, will be copied inside student1, right? Whatever data is present inside the class, isn't it or not? Tell me that first. So now, isn't it or not? How many of you agree that I have told whatever data present inside the class is, now once I create an object, that entire data will be copied inside that object. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now fine. See that. Once I have deleted all these things from the class, no attributes, no initial attributes are there. What will be copied inside it? No initial attributes are there. Will there be any data inside it, the object?
No, sir.
All of you, will there be any data? No, because no initial attributes are there. Nothing will be copied inside the student. Okay. Now see what happens when I say. Now see what happens. What I said, once I create an object, student, given the class name, and inside that given 4 values. Why? Whenever I create student1 object of class student, this constructor will be automatically called. So initially I was giving what? Empty braces. Now inside the braces I have to pass values for those variables that I have defined as parameters inside the init method. Okay, what will happen? whenever I will be creating an object of class student, this init constructor will be automatically called. Now, if you have given other than self any parameter you have defined inside the constructor, you have to give values inside the double braces that we have defined after the student name. Okay, class name we have defined student. After that, we have to give equal number of values that are present as parameters other than self inside the constructor. Okay, I have given, that's why here 1 Abhishek 21 5. Now see what happens. Constructor will be called automatically. Constructor will be called automatically. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? This student ID will be pointing to 1. This name will be pointing to Abhishek. This age will be pointing to 21. This role will be pointing to 5. Correct? Because why? Because def init is a method of class. Whenever an object is created, this particular method gets created, that gets called automatically. Now see, when I have written inside that, this method is called automatically. Now inside whatever I have written will be executed, right? So first, what's the line that is written first? Self.student ID equal to student ID. What will happen now? See, a parameter, an attribute inside student 1 with name student ID will be created and will be assigned the value 1. Now next line, self.name. Name attribute will be created inside object student 1 and Abhishek. This value will be assigned to it. Next, attribute age will be created inside the object student 1 and 21 will be assigned value to it. Why? Self.age equal to age. Age is the name of what attribute I want to define, got declared here inside the student, equals to age. Age is what? Points to where? This 21. Value of age, whatever it is having, will be assigned to attribute age. Next, what will happen? Next, what will happen? Attribute role will be made inside the student 1 class, student 1 object will be assigned value 5. Why? Role is, this particular role is pointing to 5. What is the name of the attribute that I want to make? Capital R, O and double L will be assigned value of this particular role variable. Okay, so once you declare a constructor, whatever name you provide here, student ID, name, age, role, these particular attributes will be newly created and values that I have passed will be assigned here. Tell me any problem? Now let's take, you tell me how this student 2 will be created. I have declared student 2. How this is created? Tell me first. What will happen? Tell me first. Once I say student 2 equal to student 2 Nitish 23/7, what happens? Tell me first. Starting from the beginning, someone please tell.
Sir, first constructor will be called. Then
Yes. First here,
student
automatic. First, what will happen? Automatically, this constructor will be called, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what will happen?
Then sir, student ID can be 2.
Student ID
And
attribute will be created and will be assigned what? The value of what? This 2, right? This 2 points to this student ID. Because this particular 2 have given the value for student ID. Okay, yeah, let me just dictate once again here. Okay, yeah, tell me from here. once this object I am making, I have called, I wanted to make this object student2. What will happen? This particular constructor will automatically get called. Now what happens? Student ID points to 2. Name points to Nitish. 23 is pointed by age. Roll is pointed by 7. Correct?
Yes, sir.
4 parameters other than self pointing to 4 values of that I have given inside the brackets after the class name. Correct? Done. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? Student ID parameter got, student ID attribute inside student2 object got created, and what will happen? What value it will take? 2. Correct?
True, sir.
Next, name attribute got created. What value it will take? Nitish. Next, age attribute got created. What value it will take? 23. Next, role attribute, it no role attribute got created. What value it will take? 7.
Seven, sir.
So see, all the attribute name are same only. Why? I have declared inside the init method the attribute names to be same, but the values are different because once I am calling the constructor outside the class, I am providing different values. Successfully achieved or not? What I wanted, no default values, but with different values, these particular objects will be initialized. Successfully achieved or not? And any problem you are having in this constructor calling, tell me. Any doubt? Tell me.
नो सर। सर एक दूसरा डाउट था।
बोलो।
बोल रहा था कि अगर हम अभी स्टूडेंट 1 क्रिएट किए, स्टूडेंट 2 क्रिएट किए, ऐसा अगर हमको 100 स्टूडेंट का डाटा बनाना है तो हमको उसको बार बार कॉल करना पड़ेगा और ऐसे ही क्रिएट करते जाना पड़ेगा?
यस यस,
या फिर कुछ लूप वगैरह लगा के मैनुअली कर सकते?
फ्रॉम 1 to 100 लूप बनाते रहो।
अच्छा, 1 to 100 करेंगे तो
लूप सर क्लास में लगाना है या डिफाइन में?
नहीं, क्लास में तो नहीं लगाना,
बाहर लगाना है सर।
चाहे तो कहीं भी कर सकते हो,
मेथड में लगेगा ना।
नहीं नहीं, क्लास में लगाना कुछ हद तक सही नहीं है, बट या बाहर, क्लास के बाहर लगा सकते हो।
Sir, what question he has asked? Can you explain it?
Huh?
What question he has asked?
You are asking for the for loop, bro. Where to put the for loop inside
Suppose
the
that
class
he
or in
wanted
method?
to create 100 objects. Okay, 100 objects. Then utilization of loop will be there. So where will we utilize the loop? Something like that you wanted to ask.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And
First
sir,
try.
we can print without self. You can print na sir with writing the like student ID only and the name only.
No, you
without
cannot.
writing.
You
Yes,
cannot.
sir. Because we had already defined it up. It will come
Where we have defined.
upside in that student dot self dot student ID is equal to student ID. So this
Yeah.
will run
Student
without writing
ID.
self.
Student ID is not defined yet, right?
No,
This
this will run in that upper def only, not down. I think.
You may try that. No problem. If it's running, that's fine. Okay. Though I don't. Okay, yeah, you can do. If it's running, that's fine. No problem. But self dot is a good practice. Never leave this self dot.
No, because I given the print command after 93 line inside that only, and I have tried both self dot name without write the self. I write the name. It is giving the same values like how I did.
Okay, fine. What this self means? Firstly, what this self means is that whatever object has called this function, define inside that only. Inside that, make this attribute and assign it some value. That is what the meaning of self is. That's why it's better to write self always. Okay. I will recommend never leave this self, never, because it becomes somewhat confusing. Okay, till this
So
point.
do we have to declare constructor always when we are writing a program?
Okay, yeah. Let me come there. Okay, first tell me whatever I have shown here. Is this clear or not? Or any doubt you are having?
No, sir.
Anyone?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay, fine. All of you.
Clear, sir.
Who is having doubt? Tell me first. Okay, now tell me one thing. What if I create a data outside? Let's say batch equal to Baba. Now what will happen? Can anybody tell me? Given that batch equal to Baba, what will happen here? Once I declare an object now, what happens? Can anybody give an idea?
Sir, each and every student batch same.
Okay, batch can be given, right? Batch is Baba for all of us. For all the batch student that we have, batch is Baba only. So suppose
Then we don't need to define again the batch of every student. It will take it directly.
student one object I have defined. So by default, a batch Baba will be present here. Is it correct or not? Is it correct?
Yes,
Why?
sir, correct.
Why? Because inside attributes, whatever attribute is present inside student class, whenever an object is created, this gets copied inside the student one. Correct? Okay. Now let's come to the point. This concept is half correct. This is not fully correct. Let's see what happens actually. Let's say this is my student one object. This is student two. This is student three. I declared three objects of class student. All of them will be mapped to a single variable called batch Baba. Yeah. To this batch variable, all of them will be mapped. All of them can access this single variable batch. No separate copies will be declared. Okay, this is actually a half correct concept. There will be only one copy that resides in the class batch. What will happen? Whenever a object gets created of that class, all of the objects can access the same variable. Okay, this is inside a class, single batch variable gets declared whenever an object, student one, student two, student three, any object, any number of objects get created, they will be given access to this particular variable. Okay, all of them one by one can access this, no problem. Similarly, whenever I define a method, right, show method is mapped with all the objects. It's not that each and every of the object has their own show method, but there is a single show method. Whenever this object wants to access this show is programmed in such a manner that whatever the attributes inside this student one object is, this show will output them. That's why I've written self dot. This will call this show. Now this show knows that, okay, this object has called me. Whatever attributes is present inside student one, I have to print that. Similarly, again, this particular show can be used by all the three, student one, student two, student three, right? What will happen if the student two calls this show? Now what happens? This show knows that student two object has called me. So whatever attribute is present inside it, I have to print that. something like this happens. Okay, no separate copies are there, only one copy of the class variables are there. Okay, and that can be accessed by each and every of the object. That's the rule. All of you understood? Please tell me.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I didn't get it. Why we declare the batch is equal to Baba, and what is the uses of that?
Suppose that, okay, I want to keep a data of the data of student of our batch. Okay, so by default, all of us belong to batch Baba or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So if I keep it outside, suppose that I declare batch variable here inside the constructor. Again and again, same data gets created inside each and every of the object. Okay, again and again, this batch will be created inside each and every of the object that is having same value called Baba. Does it makes any sense? Why should I? What I can do, I can outside this constructor, I can declare a data called batch equal to Baba. All are having the same thing, Baba only. So initially, what we were seeing that once a attribute is present inside the class, that gets copied inside each and every of the object, correct? So if I declare batch equal to Baba, it will get copied inside each and every of the object that I make. No need to separately do it inside the constructor, correct? Now see, actually what happens, no separate copies are there, only one copy of batch is there, only one variable is there, batch, and now whatever objects you make, all of them can access this particular variable. All of them have the access. This is the internal working. Okay.
By default, Python will call the batch.
Yeah, whenever I access this batch, something called batch, by always this particular batch will be called. Okay, now how will be called? That's also a ruling here. Okay, that's also a ruling here. Else, yeah, all of you will confuse. Yeah. Okay, till this point here, tell me, is it clear or not? That yeah, no separate copies of attributes are being made, but if I declare an attribute inside a class, a single variable only is there, and that can be accessed by all the object. Similarly for methods also, only one method is there that can be accessed by all objects. Tell me here, is there any problem?
No.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, if we write inside the constructor self.batch equals to, we give the value of Baba to it. Will that be right or wrong?
Yeah, no problem. But what happens is that each and every time the same data is being written. Here also batch equal to Baba, here also batch equal to Baba. Same data only, no? Why I need? What's the need of that? I shall keep it as an inbuilt attribute of class student, so that will solve my problem. No need to copy it again and again or make it again and again, something like that. Please tell me, is there any problem, any doubt till this point?
No, sir, clear.
All of you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. Now see one thing. See one thing. This variable or this particular attribute that I have declared inside the class will be what? This is what batch can be accessed by all the objects, student 1, student 2. Only now, since it is not declared inside, this is not getting initialized, rather this has a default value, right? Baba, not getting initialized inside the constructor. This particular attribute is called class attribute. It default has some value not getting initialized inside the constructor. This is called class attribute. Now these four attributes, student ID, name, age, and role, these are getting initialized inside the constructor. All of them have separate values for separate objects. All the four attributes inside the constructor. These are called, these four are called instance attribute or object attribute.
So can you repeat these lines of that attribute instance one?
Whatever attribute you are initializing or declaring inside a constructor, that those are called instance attribute. Whatever is already defined inside the class, like this batch bhava, is called class attribute. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, tell me here any problem in this understanding? Understanding this, any problem, any doubt, ask me.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
in the class student, we can keep any name, like a student you have mentioned now.
Yeah, any name you want, you can keep, no doubt, no
Yes.
problem.
After that, in 19th line, is a
Yeah.
student ID is a fixed or
Where
we
is
can
it?
change it? 90, 89
The
or
name
something.
is fixed. Name is fixed. Since I
Name
have
will be
declared
fixed.
it, the name is name of the attribute inside an object, student ID. This particular name of the variable will be fixed, but the value will be different. Whatever value I will be providing while declaring the object, that will be different inside this attribute.
No, I was asking the student name is there, nahi, a student ID. I can keep
You
it
can
as a
keep
ID, something like that.
anything. That's your choice. Okay.
But I am getting the error when I was doing like
Okay, I will see after the class. Okay.
that. Okay.
What's the error you're getting? Yeah.
So,
Yeah, tell me.
so can we have two instructors for each object?
Two constructors.
Yes, sir. So suppose for object 2, I want to access some other data like its favorite or its mark, something else other than object 1. Then what can we do?
Okay, yeah. Any method you can define. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Sir, we can change the constructor name na, in that.
No. Constructor name is always fixed in it.
If different constructor we want, then we should keep the different name.
Okay, yeah. Let's check whether we can have any different constructor or not with the same name.
Sir, please
Def,
explain step by step what.
which one? Please tell me.
Sir, please
Tell
explain
me,
the
please.
step. Class student, then after batch is equals to Baba. Why we taken
Okay,
then
yeah.
after that
What
we
I
make-
told initially, first thing, tell me. First thing, tell me whenever object gets created, what happens? What happens? Tell me. Entire data or attributes inside the class gets copied here. Correct? I could have done what? Here Bhava will be copied, right? I could have done what? Kept a line here that self dot batch equal to Bhava. This will also work, no problem. But what will happen here? See, each object once created, okay, each object once created will have attribute batch with same value only, Bhava. So why shall I do like this? Why need to declare it inside constructor? I can keep it outside, right? I can keep it outside the constructor. Whenever I will be making an object, this value will be getting copied automatically. Why shall I do this? Now see what happens. Whenever this Bhava gets declared, any object that I make of class student, any object, no separate copies are actually getting making here. No separate copies are here actually. What happens? A class variable called batch that is having Bhava is being created, and now what happens? Each and every of the object of the class can access this. Okay, so this particular attribute of the class is called class attribute. What it is? Class attribute. And whatever attributes I'm defining where inside the constructor, these are called instance attribute. This is my point of explaining. Okay, how class attribute and instant attributes are different. Okay. Any doubt here? Please tell me. Any doubt? Please tell me so that I may repeat.
Clear, sir.
Okay, now see. Now see, what is the ruling behind how can we access, how to actually access class attribute and how to actually access the object attribute. Okay, object or instance attribute. Okay, before that, let's take this. What if I have multiple constructors? Whether I can have it or not. Okay, let's say favorite subject. This is what particular value I will be providing. Now see, let's what happens. Self dot, let's say I declare a attribute I want to have inside what? Inside my object, right? And that will be equal to the value of favorite subject that I pass. Now let's see what happens. Okay. See here, what is happening? Init takes 2 positional arguments, but 5 were given. So what Python is thinking that, okay, this 2 is a constructor, this is also a constructor. Which one shall I take? It is getting confused. That's why it's giving error. So multiple constructor you cannot declare inside a class. Okay, only one constructor. Here only give a parameter to solve this problem. Here only give a parameter as favorite subject. Okay, and declare inside this constructor only. Okay, declare inside the first constructor only. This will solve your problem, but never keep multiple constructors inside a class. Does it works? Will it work for all of you?
So same data will access for each of the objects, but we can't change the
Which data?
So whatever you're writing here, name and age or role.
Yeah. Then
So I'm asking that we can't have two
yeah, tell me.
kind of datas for each objects.
Okay, tell me that first student one that I am providing, what it does. What it initializes? First attribute, student ID. What value it will take? Abhi, 1, right? Next, name. What value it will take? Abhishek. what attribute will be created? Age. What value it will take? 21. Next, role attribute will be created and it will take a value 5. Now, can you please tell me similarly what data will be there inside student 2?
Same data.
Will it be what data I am passing here? See, the same data will be when I declare attributes before any constructor inside the class. Once you declare a constructor and now start defining the attributes inside that and assign the value by some parameters that you have declared inside constructor, the attribute names will be same, but the values will be different. This is why we are using constructor here to initialize all the attributes. Okay, that's why see what output we have got here.
Sir, we can do the single level inheritance, so we don't need to define in this. We can inherit from the parent class or something.
Inheritance I will come later. This is different than this. Okay, initialization, inheritance, both are separate topics.
Okay, sir.
Okay, both
Okay,
the
sir,
data
got
see
it.
here. Okay, till here is everything clear? Please tell me,
Yes, sir.
all of you.
Yes, sir.
All of you, can I assume? Fine. Okay, now see. Now I want to change. Now first let's make a labeling. This is what class attribute, correct? These are what instance attribute, correct? Done. Now I want to change the value of class attribute. How can I do? Okay, now one thing, another thing is that I want to print a class attribute. This particular batch attribute I want to print. How can I? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me how can I print this class
Sir,
attribute?
can you repeat this question, please?
Okay, yeah. This batch is what a class attribute. How can I print this? Batch equal to Bhaba. The inside Bhaba value I want to print. How can I do this?
Create a new object.
Object is already created, right? Student 1, student 2. You can use them.
Student one dot batch.
Sir, in this itself, we can write inside after comma, we can write that, na? That batch. It will take the string.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I want to print it separately. Let's say I don't want to call any function, but I want to print that. What will I do?
Student one dot batch.
Let's say student 1 object name dot batch. Okay, let's see whether it prints that or not. Okay, printed Bhaba successfully.
Yeah.
Why? What I said. Now recall what I said.
So this is
This
printing
is
only
what a-
once, right? With the student one.
Yeah, because I've accessed that only once, right? Only student 1 is printing the batch variable. Batch is what? A class variable, correct?
Yes.
Who can access them? Both student 1 and student 2 can access them, right?
Yes.
Now another way is also there. Another way is also there. What is it? Don't utilize the object, but rather what's the name of our class? Student. Write the name of the class and just try to access. Let's see whether we are able to do it or not. Bhaba is still getting printed.
Yes.
How we have accessed?
Class
How we
dot-
have done it? Class name. Okay, class name dot attribute name.
So this will be more convenient, right?
Yeah.
Rather the student one.
Class attribute. Class attribute, how can I print? Class name and the attribute name. This is another way. Now suppose I want to change the value here. I want to change the value here. How can I do this? Can anybody tell?
What, sir?
I want to change the value of batch. How can I do it?
Sir, we will redefine this like batch is equal to then different name like this.
No, no, no. Outside. Once it's defined inside the class, I want to change it. How can I do this?
Can I?
So again, with the help of batch or student.
Okay,
class
Sir,
name.
again we will call that, sir, that's class name with that self dot. Then we will edit it by writing that
Okay,
constructors.
No need.
Attributes.
I'm saying just I have done what? Printed it using student.batch. Correct. So similarly, how can I change its value? How can I change its value? Batch variable. I can access that outside the class, right? Using both class name and object name. Both I can do. So how can I change its value?
So new batch name.
Firstly, I can access this batch variable using student1 object. Can I? Let's try this. Student1 equal to student1 dot batch. Let's say equal to what? What will I? What? Let's say name is Homi. Okay, now let's name it Homi Jahangir Baba. Okay. Let's name it something like that. Now let's see.
So sir, this will only change the batch name for student one only, right?
Okay, let's see. I said what? No multiple copies, but single copy is there, and all the students can, all the objects can access that. Actually, no multiple copies exist. Okay, that's actually half true. Now let's see whether it's getting updated or not, the value. Okay. Okay, still see the name is Bhaba only, but no error is also coming. No error is coming. Why? If this would have been, means by this syntax, by a student1.batch, I cannot change this batch variable's value. Some error should have been come, but no error also is coming. As well as once I am printing class name.batch, still Bhaba is getting printed. That means no value has been updated here. What's happening? See.
So change it with the class name.
Okay, yeah. Batch is here. Batch variable, what is the value here? Bhaba.
So you printed in another class.
Is it only one class is here? Only one class is here. See. Class student. No other class exists.
Object, sir.
Sir, we write this outside the class. That's why, right?
No, no.
No, sir.
Nothing,
You
nothing
have
has
used a student class name. You have changed in the object, so you have to use object dot fetch.
But what I said now, the concept was half truth. No multiple copies exist. No copy in student and student1 exist of this batch. But batch is a separate variable. Student1, student2 can access that. This is the concept.
Sir, after giving the print like student, after comma, we can give the string of a different batch name.
Sir, instead of student1, we use the class name. Then the
yes, it will get updated. No problem. Okay. But once I am doing what? Student1.batch. Okay, student1.batch I am writing equal to HJ Bhaba. This batch is not getting updated, but this is not giving any error also. Both are true
So
here.
it only changed that student1 batch, not particular for this only.
What I say, what I am saying.
It is not changing for anyone.
Student, listen here. Batch is only a single variable. This is what? A class attribute, right?
Yes.
Separate from both of these objects. Both of them can have access to this. This is correct. So object one can access this and change it. But once I'm trying that, it's not getting updated. But rather, another thing, this student.batch, this line is not getting any error also. Now let's say, okay, this
sir, then we should no, not giving that.
Okay, yeah, now
we should print inside it's a student1.batch, then it will give the value.
Okay, now okay, fine. Let's go first. That how will we update this class attribute. I want to update the class attribute. How will I? Simply write class name dot batch equal to hj bhava, and now print student dot batch. Now let's see what happens. Okay, hj bhava, it got successfully changed. Okay, how we have done? Updated the value. Bhava was what? Batch was what? Class attribute. So using class name dot attribute name equal to the value I want to give, this will update my current value.
Sir, the student dot batch means we have given anywhere the student as attribute. We have given
Student
student
is
ID.
class name. Student is class name.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now see what is happening. Once I am saying that
to two of them, two students, it will apply.
Sir, it will apply for the whole class inside, or else
yes.
outside it will not
Now,
apply, right?
what I said, both the objects can access this batch, but cannot change it. Objects cannot change class attributes, but can change attributes inside themselves. Okay. These 4 attributes that I have defined, these are instance attributes. Whenever
Sir, have we changed the value, or we have given the new value inside that class? Student dot batch is equal to hj baba.
Yeah, now it got changed. That's why student dot batch. Once I'm printing this value is not getting printed. This was initially baba. Now what happens? I say using the class name. Okay, student dot batch. That means whatever is present inside the batch attribute of class.
Sir, I was asking that we have changed the value, or where we have given a new value inside the class that student dot batch is like
Updated its value completely. Okay, updated the value. So it will be equal to now hj bhava. This bhava will get updated to hj bhava. Okay, now try accessing this using student name. Now let's see what's coming. Stud1 dot batch. Now let's see what is coming. Okay, fine, student. Okay.
The batch spelling is wrong.
Okay, both are giving the same thing. hj bhava. Updated using the class name dot batch equal to change of name. Print student dot batch, student1 dot batch. Both are giving the same result. Object now can access that, will have the same value. If using the class name also have access, I am accessing that. This will also give the same value. So how we will change a class attribute, you came to know now using the class name. Class name dot attribute name will be equal to the value you want to give. Done.
Sir, even we can give input now instead of defining the student's
Yes, you
information.
can. No problem. You can. Is this clear to all of you? Please tell me now.
Sir, here taken batch is equals to Baba. Okay. Then after we use def. Why? Because it is def always use the recursion.
Is it? Recursion is separate topic.
Okay. We taken init, then after self student ID, name, age, roll number. Okay. Then after we taken self dot student ID is equal student ID. I'm not understand here why we take a student ID is equal student ID, name is equal name.
Now tell me, when the constructor will be called, this student ID parameter will be pointing here, right? This is what the attribute name, object getting created, student1. Attribute name, what is it? Student ID.
Self 0 student ID 1, sir.
Student ID is the attribute name of student1 object. Okay, now this will be having value whatever is stored inside the parameter student ID. Okay, that is one. For that I have taken the parameters, whatever the value it is getting from my constructor call, this particular attribute will be having that value for this purpose. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, go through all of this once more, you will get. Okay,
Sir,
fine. Yeah.
class attributes, we can create two of them, like attorney is the like one, and two batches we having, like that we can create.
Class attribute, what I said just before constructor, you don't need to initialize it inside any method. Initialize it or before any method, like batch equal to Baba I have done. This is what you can, this is how you create a class attribute.
I was asking, for example, institute is a attorney. In that batch is Baba, and
Yeah.
one more batch it is there.
Okay, yeah.
Two batches is there. In attorney only two batches is there.
Yeah.
In that, there we can add the student number, student 2, like that. It can possible.
I'm not getting you actually. Tell me now. Two batches are there. Okay, fine. Then
Different students are there.
okay.
How we have added?
Different student in different batches, you want to
Yes.
say.
Yes.
So what you do here, keep batch here now. Now no need to keep it, since you are saying that okay, this batch value is 2 getting different. Keep that inside the constructor. And now whenever you want to create an object of this class student, pass the value of batch also and get it copied here. Whatever attribute will be created, batch, the value will be received at the constructor for that. Now do it like this.
Sir, can we add more like parameters inside the class by writing the same, like student dot, if you want to add something like
Yes, you can.
anything, then we can add.
Yeah. Whenever you want to have different, when you are having different values for same attribute inside an object, always initialize that inside a constructor. When you are having same values for an attribute inside every object, to initialize that inside what? Do initialize it as a class attribute. Go through all of this once more, you will get everything. Okay, now one definition today. See here, inside a class, we have data also as well as methods also together, isn't it or not? I can inside a class, inside a single class, I can keep data also, methods also. Am I correct or wrong? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
I can keep data also, methods also. So data and methods are wrapped up in a single unit, right? Isn't it or not? Can I say inside a single unit, this data and methods are wrapped up as a single unit? This phenomena is called encapsulation. Wrapping up my data and methods into a single unit, this phenomena is called encapsulation.
Sir, can you show me one thing? Like, please, can you show me one command in this? Like student dot city. I want to see this print inside the
student dot
city. Like we have given student dot batch is equal to like this.
Okay, you want to have any city also here?
Yeah, down only. After student 2 dot show there. After that line, I want to change. Put the command.
Okay, here you want what? Tell me, student
dot
student 1 dot
in the whole class I want to write student, sir.
Student, yeah.
Dot
city
is equal to so I can write any of the city name.
Mumbai.
Okay, so like this it will print the city if we will give the value in
Okay, now
student
let's
one
say
like
print
this.
student dot city. Let's do something like this.
So after that, student dot.
Okay,
Okay,
Mumbai
correct.
is getting printed. No
Okay.
problem.
So we can print the same in student one like student comma like this. We
Yeah,
don't need
sorry.
to give na.
Yeah.
If I want to print the student one information, so I can directly print na print student one. Then I can write comma. Then I can write the city only.
Student is the class name. See here, it is class name. When you are doing this something like this, you are creating.
No, sir.
another-
I want to print city with the information given above in the class, like with that in one line. Like the line should print 1 comma Abhishek comma 21 comma 5 comma then the Mumbai like this.
You want to give here Mumbai also, as in.
No, without giving there, we have changed down na, in the class.
We haven't changed. We have declared here a separate class attribute. You have declared. You are declaring here.
So if I will declare this before 102 line, then 402 line something, then
Before 402 line, you can, no problem. Then you can print. But inside the show, whatever you are printing, sorry.
Okay.
I have to mention it here that okay, this particular city has to be printed. Again.
Okay, I got it, sir. So we can give that student city is equal to I can give the input also, no, sir.
Yes, you can. No problem.
Okay, that's also. Thank you.
All of you are done.
There,
Yeah.
So there was a question yesterday of MCQ.
Yeah.
So that was empty class, empty content of the class.
Yeah.
There was a last fourth question.
Yes. You can have.
So please and make us understand that.
Okay, that. Okay, class can be empty. What does it mean? Okay, yeah. Let me first comment all of them out. Okay, till encapsulation is everything. All of you have understood. Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. What I said, class can be empty. Let's say EMP class. Let's say this is my class name. How can I declare an empty class? Okay, write something pass. Okay, write something called pass, and now let's declare an object of it. Obj object equal to empty class. Okay. Now let's see whether it is correct or not. Clear. Okay, what is happening? Where is it, man? Student.batch equal to HJ Bhava. Something has got left. Okay, yeah, here.
You didn't save that, sir.
It should be here.
So what is that pass?
Yes, sir. What did you write that pass?
Yeah, I am explaining. Just wait.
It is coming automatically sometimes.
Okay. It is not commented, right? Yeah, now let's try that. Okay. That means class got no error. Class object of this class is successfully getting created, right? Pass means one thing. Pass means one thing. Whenever I declare a class and I write pass, okay, this pass command tells Python that content of the class will be filled later. No need to worry. You can go on. You can skip this part and can go on to execute the next line. That's all.
So can we print something here?
No, you cannot because the class is empty.
And sir, how to fill these objects like with the last method we did same?
But yeah, for that you you do need a constructor if you want to with different values. Yeah.
So why will we make empty class? What is the use?
No
of
point.
this?
No point of making that. If you want to, you can. That's the point first.
This is the question came in as the MCQ.
But yeah, if you can have, if the question comes, can we have an empty class? We can. We can simply
in future
have,
if you want to update the values so
Yes.
without writing anything,
no problem.
reducing your less work of code.
Yeah. So one thing, another thing, remember, if I don't write a constructor here, what I said, when an object gets created, constructor is called automatically. What does it mean? If I don't write a constructor here, what will happen? Object is getting created, constructor will be automatically get called. Automatic calling will be there. This is This will 100% happen. But I have no constructor declared here. What will happen?
Sir, object is out of the class now. We have not given tab something like.
No, yes, it's out of the declaration will be out of the class only.
So we should not give tab in this.
No. Firstly, answer this question. I said whenever an object will be created, 100% and a constructor will be called. 100% it will happen. But I haven't declared any constructor here. Why? Then how a constructor is getting called? Object is getting created, constructor will be called, but no constructor I have defined here inside the class. What will happen? What will happen? Inside the class, Python interpreter will be including a constructor by itself. Okay, by itself, the interpreter will include a constructor here by default. How the constructor will be looking? Something like this. Def
In itself.
Yes.
That much, na sir. There is no extra parameters.
Yeah, def init empty. Okay, with this self only. And then the content of this method will be pass.
Also, there will be something, sir, like non.
Def
Sir, I am
in,
having one doubt
yes.
in that 1-2 line object equal to empty class. If this is out of the class, though, so how we can take this as an empty class inside the class?
This pass is inside the class only, right?
Okay.
And this object is out of the class.
So we can write it like without giving tab, we can give, then it will take it automatically.
Yes.
Otherwise, we have to give the tab inside.
Yeah. The object can never be declared inside a class. No? A class object that you want to declare, why will you do that inside a class?
Okay.
Okay. What I said, whenever an object gets created, a constructor gets called 100%. So now inside this class, see, everything is empty. But I am creating an object, it is getting created. What happens? The interpreter of Python by itself includes a constructor here. Okay, how that constructor looks like? Def init and self. Okay, and this will be the content of it will be pass. Pass means the content of this constructor is empty. Nothing is written here. That's why pass. Such kind of constructors are called default constructor. What they are called? Tell me. Default constructor. And whatever have we seen here? Constructor with parameters. Constructor with parameters. This is called parameterized constructor. Okay. Constructor with empty content with no parameter apart from self is called default constructor. Constructor having some other parameters also with some content is called parameterized constructor. Whenever I write a parameterized constructor, default constructor does not get called by the interpreter itself. Okay, this default constructor won't be called when I write this parameterized constructor. Do remember this. And if I don't include this, what will happen? This default constructor will be called by itself. If I include no constructor inside a class, this default constructor will be called by itself by the interpreter. That's all. Automatic things will happen here.
Sir, can't we take parentheses inside the class?
What kind of parentheses?
Like we use in def na. After def, we used to write something, then parentheses used to
No. That's parenthesis means
Yep.
this is a method, but class is not a method.
Okay, that will be invalid syntax.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop here today. We will meet on Monday. Please watch over all of these things again to get clarity. Okay.
So what about tomorrow doubt session?
Tomorrow, because of Gandhi Jayanti, I think there will be holiday.
Okay,
सर वो तो announcement में दे दिए.
हाँ अनाउंसमेंट में दिया, लेकिन उन्होंने क्लियर नहीं बोला, उन्होंने टीए सेशन बोला सिर्फ।
Fine, yeah. Let's take the MCQ, then we will wrap up. Whoever
Sir,
having doubt can stay back. I'll see all of them one by one. Okay, let's start the MCQ, right? Okay, have given all the MCQs. Now let me create the attendance for you. Okay, I've created the attendance also. Please mark all of you.
Hello. Hello.
ऑडिबल ब्रो।
सर म्यूट हो गए क्या?
सर को कॉल आया होगा अर्जेंट।
अच्छा भाई, मेरे को ग्रुप में ऐड करेगा कि नहीं?
करते हैं, आज करते हैं कानू आपको।
भाई बोल के 2 हफ्ता निकल गया शायद।
आज प्रॉमिस बोल रहा हूँ, आज हो जाएगा।
अरे यार
कानू प्रॉमिस, टेक्स्ट कर, व्हाट्सएप में कर दूंगा, बिना टेक्स्ट ही कर दूंगा, बोल दिया तूने।
हाँ, ये बात तो मैं कई दिनों से सुन रहा हूँ।
भाई कर दूंगा बोल तो रहा हूँ, तो इधर क्लास रिकॉर्ड हो रही है।
अच्छा, ग्रुप 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 कुछ नहीं बनाना है यार।
वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं।
तो ऐसे कैंसिल हो जाएगा हम लोग का।
कानू ब्रो एंजॉयिंग द रेन ऑफ द बैंगलोर, लेट इट रेन ओवर मी।
यस, आई एंजॉयड इवनिंग।
गो टू मडी वाला, एंजॉय द रेन, रेन इन
Yeah,
मडी
hello.
वाला।
Who's having doubt?
सर
Tell me.
सर कानू बोल रहा हूँ।
बोलो।
सर एक क्वेश्चन आपको बताया था ना कल।
अच्छा ठीक है, देखते हैं कि नेक्स्ट डाउट सेशन है या नहीं, तो मैं मंडे तुम्हें दिखाऊंगा।
नहीं
ठीक है
सर, छोटा सा ही क्वेश्चन है, थोड़ा स्क्रीन शेयर का परमिशन दीजिए, काम हो जाएगा।
ठीक है, चलो
ये
देखो
बाएं
देखो।
हाथ का खेल है।
चलो भाई बहुत अच्छे, बाएं हाथ का खेल तुम्हारा तो हुआ एटलीस्ट। बताओ दिखाओ क्या है।
हाँ, अभी दिखा देते हैं। यही वाला कोर्स है। इसको हम अगर रन कर रहे हैं ना, तो देखिए 28 रिमूव ही नहीं हो रहा है।
तो रिमूव क्यों कर रहे हो, उसको डिलीट कर दो ना।
डिलीट कर दो सीधा।
या इसको जब रिमूव करोगे ना, मतलब एक एज आई सेड कॉपी बनेगा, कॉपी से वो रिमूव हो जाएगा, समथिंग लाइक दैट। कुछ
Okay.
और कर रहे हैं, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 27, लेट मी सी फॉर नम इन माय लिस्ट। ओके फाइन, एक बार नम प्रिंट कराओ तो क्या क्या प्रिंट हो रहा है, जस्ट एक बार नम प्रिंट कराओ पहले।
यहाँ पे सर
नम नहीं, अंदर ही जब ये तुम्हारा जस्ट इनसाइड द फॉर लूप, नम को पहले प्रिंट कराओ क्या आ रहा है। वहां पे नहीं, वहां पे नहीं, वहां पे नहीं, बिफोर, एकदम स्टार्टिंग में, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द लूप।
फॉर लूप के अंदर।
हाँ फॉर लूप के अंदर। फॉर लूप के अंदर ये तुम बाहर प्रिंट हो गया ये बात।
इसको सर कमेंट कर देता हूँ।
अरे नम नहीं कराओ यार, नम तो चलो लूप के अंदर जितना नंबर्स के ऊपर ये इटरेट कर रहा है सबको एक एक बार प्रिंट कराओ, देखते हैं क्या वैल्यू आता है।
अच्छा,
वंस फॉर नम है ना, उसके नीचे ही, उसके जस्ट नीचे ही ये करो, प्रिंट नम करो एक बार।
इसको ही ले लेते हैं ना सर।
चलो करो, प्रिंट नम कराओ, ज्यादा बेटर समझ में आएगा क्या हो रहा है। प्रिंट नम को कॉपी करो और एकदम स्टार्टिंग 13th लाइन में जाकर प्रिंट करो। हाँ 13th लाइन में पेस्ट करो एक बार।
इसका नाम क्या था रे?
फाइव फोर क्या आ रहा है, और 27।
27 45 7, यानी 28 को क्यों नहीं ले रहा है?
5 4 27 45 6 7, बहुत अजीब है यार माई लिस्ट।
यही तो धमाका किए थे हमको, यही गोली मारे थे जिसमें हम मर गए।
If my num equal to, okay fine, greater than 27,
माई लिस्ट प्रिंट कराओ पहले,
माई लिस्ट तो ये है ही भाई।
प्रिंट कराओ उसको।
कहाँ प्रिंट करो? इसी के नीचे
फॉर लूप के ऊपर।
फॉर लूप के ऊपर।
क्लियर कर देते हैं।
प्रिंट नम को टैब निकाल के फॉर के नीचे रख के तो तब होगा शायद।
If num greater than equal to 27, mylist dot remove num, ऐसा कोई है, ऐसा कोई फंक्शन है लिस्ट का? num in my list क्या प्रिंट हो रहा है? 5 हो रहा है, 4 हो रहा है, 27 तो प्रिंट ही नहीं हो रहा है। 27 हो रहा है पर 28 प्रिंट नहीं हो रहा है।
नहीं,
ओके 28 प्रिंट नहीं हो रहा है, उसके बाद
बाकी सब ठीक ठाक है। अब
सर
अगर
वो
लास्ट
प्रिंट में बैक स्पेस लेगा तो पूरा आई थिंक सो करेगा वो।
अच्छा इसमें जब ऑन द स्पॉट प्रिंटिंग कर रहे हो ना, इसका इंडिसेस चेंज हो रहा है। ऑन द स्पॉट जब इसी डिस्क से रिमूव करा रहे हो ना, तो ऑन द ये हो रहा है तुम्हारा इंडेक्स चेंज हो रहा है। तो जस्ट वो 28 को, जैसे 27 डिलीट हो गया, 28 27 के स्पॉट पे जा रहा है, ठीक है। वो तो इंडेक्स ऑलरेडी विजिट हो चुका है, वो और दोबारा क्यों तुम्हारा विजिट होगा, इसीलिए डायरेक्ट 45 हो रहा है, 45 विजिट हो रहा है उसके बाद। ओके, तो एक काम करो, इसको दूसरा एक आंसर लिस्ट रख लो इसके लिए, और जो भी तुम्हारा नंबर है 27 28 45 दैट आर ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 27, उसको स्किप कर जाओ, बाकी सारे नंबर को आंसर लिस्ट में पुट कर दो और फिर वो वाला लिस्ट प्रिंट करा दो।
सर एक मिनट, अभी 28 को मैंने लास्ट में ले लिया,
करो,
ठीक है,
फिर आ जाएगा, हो जाएगा।
नहीं होगा।
28 रिपीट है लिस्ट में।
तो क्या हुआ, हो सकता है ना।
नहीं सर, अभी ये देखिए
क्या आ रहा है, सेम ही तो केस हुआ, राइट राइट ना।
45 आ गया ना।
ठीक है, 27 है, 27 जो अगर
अच्छा,
अपने
अच्छा,
पोजीशन से
उसका-
डिलीट हो गया,
45 इसलिए आएगा ना ब्रो, फॉर लूप के पहले प्रिंट किया है ना हमने माई लिस्ट को
नहीं
ऊपर
सीधे
वाले
एक रीजन देखो यहाँ पे, 27 है, 27 डिलीट हो गया, 45 उसके इंडेक्स पे जाएगा या नहीं जाएगा। 27 अगर डिलीट हो रहा है, 45 27 के इंडेक्स पे जा रहा है, दोबारा क्या 45 को ट्रैवर्स करेगा ये लूप, मुझे तो नहीं लगता। सी हियर, क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है। क्या हो रहा है, वंस 27 ट्रैवर्सल कहां से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, 5 से, करेक्ट। 5 पे गया, 4 पे गया, इतने दूर तक कोई डिलीशन नहीं है। जैसे ही 27 पाया, 27 को देखा ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 27 है, डिलीट कर देगा। सही है या गलत है, पहले बताओ। हेलो,
सही है बोला सर।
सही
आवाज
है,
नहीं है।
सही है सर।
27 को अब डिलीट करो यहाँ से, और देखो 27 के पोजीशन पे 45 आ चुका है। अब 45 को तो वो ट्रैप देखेगा ही नहीं, उसके नेक्स्ट इंडेक्स पे चला जाएगा।
हम्म। तो इसका क्या अल्टरनेट में क्या करूं, उसको
दूसरा आंसर लिस्ट रखो, जितना नंबर है तुम्हारा
उसमें स्टोर करो।
उसमें स्टोर करो जितना नंबर लेसर देन 27 है, और फिर एट द एंड माई लिस्ट को क्या करना, उस लिस्ट में असाइन कर देना, तुम्हारा सारा नंबर डिलीट हो गया ना। ऐसे डिलीशन अगर लूप चला के करोगे तो मुश्किल है, क्योंकि पूरा लूप लिस्ट ही चेंज हो रहा है।
अच्छा, तो इजीएस्ट क्या होगा सर, थोड़ा
भाई दूसरा लूप रख के करो, दूसरा सॉरी लूप चलाओ।
सर
तो
हम
दूसरा
लोग ये
list रखो।
16th लाइन में माई लिस्ट इज इक्वल टू ब्रैकेट के अंदर रिमूव डॉट नम या ऐसे कुछ लिख सकते हैं क्या, या
लिख
माई
सकते
लिस्ट
हैं,
इज
अगर
इक्वल टू
मेथड काम कर
रिमूव नम।
या हो सकता है, जो भी नंबर डिलीट करना चाहते हो उसको दे दो यहाँ पे लिस्ट में, लिस्ट क्या करेगा, उसे डिलीट कर देगा। रिमूव का देखना तो क्या क्या करता है, ये फर्स्ट ऑकरेंस को डिलीट करता है या लास्ट, या किस ऑकरेंस को डिलीट करता है, एक बार देखना ये बात।
ये फर्स्ट ऑकरेंस को ही डिलीट करता है,
ओके
उसके बाद तो इंडेक्स चेंज हो गया ना।
ओके फाइन, और कुछ है डाउट।
नहीं सर, इसको फिर दोबारा एक्सपेरिमेंट करता हूँ।
ठीक है, बताओ क्या हुआ या शानू।
Can I share the screen?
या यू कैन शेयर।
सर मेरे को सेकंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा आप कर देंगे, वो एमसीक्यू का मेरा थोड़ा रॉन्ग हो गया। ऑल ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैज देयर ओन कॉपी ऑफ क्लास एट्रीब्यूट्स।
गलत है ना, क्लास एट्रीब्यूट का एक ही कॉपी होता है, बट
ओके 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 ओके,
उसको
समझ गया
सारे
समझ
ऑब्जेक्ट्स एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, यही बात है ना, कॉपी नहीं होता।
गया। मेरे को लगा था वो बोल रहा है कि वो मेथड्स का कॉपी ऐसा ही की होता
नहीं नहीं नहीं, मेथड्स भी एक ही होते हैं सारे, बट क्या होता है सारे
हाँ।
ऑब्जेक्ट्स उसको अपने डेटा के लिए सेपरेटली एक्सेस कर सकते हैं।
है। ओके, वो कॉपी नहीं कर सकते।
नहीं।
Sir,
Yes, okay, yeah, let me see. Yeah, tell me what's the problem.
I was getting the error here.
Class company, self company ID, name, age, role. What's the issue? Self dot, right, and self dot age. What's the problem here? Syntax error. It is saying that invalid syntax. After def, give some space. Try giving some space. Def.
Here.
Yeah. After the def, between def and init, don't, yeah, between def and init, give some space. Not init, between def and, yeah, sorry, the double underscore, yeah. After def, after writing the def, give some space.
After F.
Yeah, now it will work. Yeah, save it and it will run. Okay, yeah, file name is wrong. File name is wrong. We have given
So that
That's fine,
company
that's
ID
fine.
is C is capital. This will work, sir. In self dot C is capital.
Yeah, you are creating. Where? Can you tell me?
So line number 23 self dot C is capital, but in
No
that
problem.
upper
You are
method
creating
is
an attribute with name, company ID. You can give any name, right? Here
okay.
after the cell, this is attribute name of the object. Don't
And
confuse that
it
with company
okay.
ID. Okay. Yeah. Now run that. Let's see what's the problem. Attribute age. Okay, so here dot age is what? Only a parameter inside init. It is a parameter inside init, not the attribute. What is the attribute? Capital AGE. This is what you are defining, self dot AGE. So A should be capital here, not small. Okay.
Sir, I said that now we have defined init, the variables are in lowercase, but in
Not here. Inside the show function. See, show method. Make
Yeah.
A capital, N capital.
Oh, this one we have fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you have defined? Self dot. Everything in capital only, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming.
sir, if you will keep the same case inside that the class def and all, so it will be good, na sir.
Okay, yeah, you can. To avoid confusions, I have shown. Okay, to avoid confusions, I have shown that yeah, the name of the attributes will be different, values will be different. To avoid that confusion, I have shown all of you.
The batch, how to?
What it is giving? Yeah, it's Baba batch. Tell me, have you saved it? It's not saved. See, it's not saved. File is here. Now run. Yeah, coming.
Yes,
Okay.
I got it.
Now let's try. Let's try that after the class also. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Any more doubt you are having? You can ask, please.
All clear, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you and good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Aminul, all understand today? और सौरभ भाई सब पढ़ लिया?
नहीं सर, कल का क्लास रिपीट कर नहीं पाया।
अच्छा ठीक है, देख लेना, हो जाएगी। सेम था, सेम डिस्कशंस पे ही था। कल ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन था, आज लेस कंफ्यूजन है।
सर वो सबका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, अब मुझे पता नहीं, मुझे कंफ्यूजन पैदा ही नहीं होता।
तुम्हारा तुम समझ लेते हो जल्दी जल्दी, बहुत जन को थोड़ा देर लगता है, यही बात है।
हाँ बस वो सबका पीओवी अलग अलग है ना सर।
अमीनुल डाउट है? और
नहीं, शायद वो चालू छोड़ के चले गए।
ओके ठीक है, गुड नाइट ऑल ऑफ यू।
यस सर।
या चलो मिलते हैं मंडे।
अच्छा, मुझे फोन करना है, आपसे बात करना है, तो कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं।
मैं करता हूँ, आपसे बात करना है।
ठीक है ठीक है।